So we've got about 6 minutes of footage over here. Let's go over the Vancouver Canucks. And a few of these things that really just... oh, they kind of eat at you a little bit, you know? So a week ago, was it a week ago? I don't know, it might have been a few days ago. We made a video talking about Loui Eriksson, and we spoke about how the tweets, the radio hits, they all came out suggesting that Loui Eriksson was finally being pushed out there on the trade block. Jim Benning gave JP Barry, Eriksson's agent, the opportunity to go out there and start marketing his client to other NHL teams. We said in our video that this may be the beginning rumblings of a potential Eriksson trade. But man, it's a few days later and I think we have ourselves the unfortunate update that I probably would not have wanted to see. Finally, man, after all this time of me memeing about an Eriksson trade, the one time where I legitimately start to think it's going to happen, we end up getting this. This is what Rick Dhaliwal eventually ended up saying on TSN 1040 earlier today in the afternoon. Here's an update on Loui Eriksson. No trade. What a shock. JP Barry is not a miracle worker. He is not Houdini. Jim Benning has been trying to move Eriksson for 2+ years. The Canucks won't pick up any part of the cap hit or add a sweetener. What? They don't want to add a sweetener? Are you kidding me? They're trying to go over here, trying to do these hockey trades with Loui Eriksson. The previous trades we have seen of the Vancouver Canucks, aside from the minor deals like Louis Domingue and all that stuff, the main actual roster player trades. JT Miller for a first, Mizanic and a third. That's a big package. We had ourselves Pearson for Goodbranson. We had ourselves other trades like Toffoli for a package. And then you had 1-for-1 trades the rest of the way through. Linus Karlsson, Jonathan Dahlian, Sam Gagner, Ryan Spooner. Even the Michael Del Zotto Luke Shen thing was a trade where the Canucks got a pick back, but essentially it was just 1-for-1 with that 7th on there. So, Jim Benning wants to do that with Eriksson? Buddy! I don't know if I'm gauging the market incorrectly or whatever, but you cannot treat Loui Eriksson in the same tier as you have treated some of these other guys in the past. Sam Gagner, Ryan Spooner, Shen, Pearson, Goodbranson. Eriksson is not that. Eriksson is a much different boat because this guy is taking up so much money. So to come out here and say that, okay, Jim Benning probably doesn't really want to add a sweetener, man, that kind of changes the entire narrative here, doesn't it? We were talking a few days ago about, okay, if it's going to be Eriksson traded, who gets attached? Is it an RFA? Is it Virtanen? Is it Stetcher? Who on the Canucks gets attached to that Eriksson trade that allows the trade to actually go through? Especially considering the fact that the Vancouver Canucks don't want to retain salary and they don't want to use a draft pick, a first or a second, as a sweetener because they have done that so much throughout the past few big trades. Toffoli, Miller, these trades took up draft picks. And to be honest, if you want to talk about trades wherein the Vancouver Canucks are giving up a first, this trade idea here with Loui Eriksson probably seems like the one that I say has the most importance of that first round pick in general. I get that JT Miller was good, but seriously, moving Loui Eriksson to me, honestly, is kind of a big deal too. But on to the other piece of news we have over here today. It is Chris Tanev. Now, I'm making this part of this short video here because we already talked about this idea in a video a few days ago as well, talking about Markstrom and talking about Wayne Simmons, but Chris Tanev apparently is very wanted by the Penguins. Check this out over here from Rick Dhaliwal. The Canucks have not offered Tanev anything. Other teams are going to be after him. The Canucks can say they love him, but they're not showing him a lot of love right now, and every week that goes by, there is some other team looking at him. The next tweet in this little segment goes over Markstrom, but we'll save that video here for tomorrow. So, we have ourselves Chris Tanev. He's a guy who has not been showing the love from Vancouver, and apparently, according to this Josh Yohei article, the Pittsburgh Penguins really want Chris Tanev. Adding a right-shot defenseman is a priority for the Penguins, and Rutherford is expected to try clearing enough cap space to pursue Chris Tanev on the open market, multiple team and league sources said. Apparently, his age is not a concern for the Penguins, and Rutherford is not averse to extending Tanev an offer that would run concurrent with the final 5 years of Brandon Tanev's contract. Oh my goodness. Okay, first off, thank you to Taj for tweeting this stuff out, for actually having the information here, but my goodness, the Penguins really want to get both Tanevs on their squad for the same amount of time, don't they? Furthermore, to this point, this is what Rick Dhaliwal said on TSN, Mike Sullivan really loves Chris Tanev. He also mentions how apparently Toronto would be in on Chris Tanev and another mystery team, but my goodness, Pittsburgh, man! They're the ones who look like they're leading the charge here for the pitch. And because of all this stuff that was said on the radio and the Athletic article in Pittsburgh as well, a lot of Canucks fans have started taking this time to reflect on what exactly Chris Tanev has brought to the Canucks and how this guy's career has been really, really solid. He debuted with the team in 2011, he played in the Cup run, he eventually became a mainstay D-man on this team. It took him ages to score his first goal, but eventually he did that in overtime, and then he ended up getting his first playoff goal in overtime to win a series. Absolutely phenomenal stuff, but if Chris Tanev is indeed on his way out because the Canucks just have a lot more love for some of the other guys on the team, then darn. Doesn't really feel good, doesn't it? If it does happen, then I will say this. Thank goodness that Chris Tanev has been here to bail us out so many times. This guy's an absolute legend here in Vancouver, but some good things must come to an end, although we will say it's only preliminary. We don't know if anything is set in stone yet, right? So talk to me in the comments what you think about this whole idea. The gameplay is over. I hope you enjoyed this video. So that's Trollus 99, and bye.